mountain bikes are rad. You should get one. You should get one. You should get one. Hey, welcome to MTB Bradley. Bradley, MTB Bradley. Bradley here. Thanks for tuning in. Hey, today we are going to do Caltopo and Strava, and how can you use both together to do some really cool things. Hit the like button below, the subscribe button so you can see more content. Leave comments below. Tell me what you liked, what you didn't like, and if there's something that I forgot. Strava creates a GPX file. You can download that GPX file to your computer, and then you can upload that GPX file into Caltopo. That's pretty cool. And why would you do that? Well, I am doing that because I am tracking all the mountain bike trails, basically all the places that I'm mountain biking in the state of Washington. I'm tracking other places too. I recently did a road trip to Bozeman, Montana, Butte, Montana, Whitefish, Montana, and we'll probably have some of that video down the road. I gotta do a lot of editing with that, but what's cool about Strava is I can take that GPX file and I could import it into Caltopo and see exactly where I went. It saves the distance and well, it gives you distance and it gives you elevation, and you can select profile. You can look at the profile of your ride. Super cool. Really dig that. And so that's what I use it for. Maybe you have a different reason to use Caltopo and Strava together. If so, let us know in the comments below. But without further ado, let's jump into my computer. Pull up your favorite browser and search engine, and we'll type in Caltopo. It's the first thing that comes up. And there it is. And go ahead and I would log in if I were you so that you can save this information. But this over here, there's different preset layers, so you can select a different layer. The map builder topo is this one. It's a little bit different, has a little bit different look to it than the 7.5 topo maps or the Forest Service. I like the Forest Service. It's nice and clean for me in my eyes. Over here you can turn on different map overlays if you want. But we are going to jump over to Strava, and there's two ways that you can download your activities. If you go to your Strava account and you can click on, I'll show you how to do it one at a time first. Click on one of your activities and then come over here and click on these three dots and then export GPX. And I'm on a Mac, so it's gonna download mine down here and it's gonna put it into the downloads folder where I can access that later. And so that's how you do one at a time. So you can go to like all of your workouts, or maybe the last 3 of your workouts, or bike rides, or wherever maybe you just did 3 different rides in a similar area. You want to pull all that up. Nonetheless, you can do that individually, or you can do a large batch. So we'll go in here to settings and then my account, and down here click on get started under download or delete your account, and there's a 1, 2, 3. 1 just gives you some more information. You can go down here to 3 to delete your account, or you can request an archive. Now if you request an archive and you're requesting a lot of data, they may ask you for a smaller request, or they may send it to you in batches. Nonetheless, there's 2 ways that you can get your GPX files. Now come back to Strava, or I'm sorry, come back to Caltopo, and if there's a certain area that you want to go to, you can type it in here in the search box and Caltopo will take you directly there, assuming it knows where that is. So maybe if it's a small locally known feature, Caltopo may not recognize it. If it's a well-known lake, it probably will. But most cities it's going to recognize, states it's going to recognize. So if you want to get close and then navigate to that area from there, that's nice. And Caltopo, I like using Caltopo because it has topographical lines on it. So you can look at elevation changes and you can do things like how steep is an area. Over here, slope angle shading, turn that on. There's a legend over here that corresponds with the colors that you see out here. Now, we don't need that today, but if you are looking to do a ride or a hike or even a ski, then you can get a better handle on what the steepness of the terrain is, especially in the wintertime where avalanche danger is a concern in the mountains. But let's go up here to import. You can hook up a Garmin GPS and download files directly to Caltopo from that, or you can import any one of these files, and we have GPX files, and I'm going to import 3 files today, and then Supermoto is the next one, and there it is. All right, and let's go ahead and open those. And it's going to there we go. It took a minute. It's going to prompt you if you want to do all these, and I do, so I'm going to just accept the defaults and import everything. Now here are the trails. What is cool about this feature is you can come in here, click on one of the routes, and you can go in here and edit it. And I've already got a name tied to it, and I'm going to keep that name because I like that name. I can put it in a different folder. Right now I just have lines and polygons because I'm not logged in, but I'll show you how to create a folder shortly. You can give the line weight, make it a bigger or smaller line. You can change the opaqueness of the line, so we can make it more transparent, but I'm going to keep it a solid line. And then you can change the style, so you can give it arrows if you want. So they look like X's, but because it was an out and back ride, so let's take that back to a single line, and I'm going to keep it red for this tutorial. But if I come into here, I did ride in one direction. And so here we go. For most of the ride, there's an area up here where I did a little double back and double ride section, but that gives you the direction that you rode. So if you want to see that, then that'll do that for you. But I'm going to keep this less busy, so I'm going to turn that off for now. But if I come in here and I can select one of these routes, I can look at the profile, and you can see where I started, and there's a little red dot. Let's close this window. There's a little red dot right here, and that little red dot's going to move depending on where I am on the profile, and it's going to show me the route. So if I scoot down a little bit, I'm going to show me coming down. So that's a neat feature. You can go back and look at the elevation profile of the different sections and how they correspond to what you're seeing on the topo lines. And that is a thing for each map. I'm sorry, not map, but each route. So, this is a pretty long, fun downhill. And then it became a miserable bushwhack all the way to here, and then the trail was gone. So I rode the road up to here, and then got on the trail up there. But so it's kind of neat to see where that is on the map itself, and have a map where you can edit things. All right. I said that I would show you how to create a folder. So there's 2 ways you can do it. You can add a new object, and here's folder, or you can right-click, new, and folder. And this is the Table Mountain area. So let's make that folder, and then we can go into each one and move each route, each line into that folder. But if we click on bulk options right there, we can select all 3 of these and change attributes, folder to Table Mountain. I can also change line opaqueness, the style of the line, the color, the line weight, all at once. So if I want to make all those a different color, I can do that. So let's just update that, and that's moved all of those rides or routes. Now that we're on a map, they're routes into one folder. And so I can create folders for different areas. Different, could be bike parks, could be national forests, it could be counties, could be states, could be cities. Like whatever your breakdown is, you can do that. The same can be done for skiing and hiking. Okay, that's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. Let's see, Supermoto, I think was my first ride up here. No, Supermoto was my first ride. The second one was Dust Devil. And let's look at the profile for Dust Devil, the light. And up here in the Mount Lillian area, the views are just phenomenal up here in places. So much basalt, old lava rock, and distant views of the Stewart Range and just the Cascades. And so I think maybe I'll post a couple of those photos from that ride up here so y'all can check it out. If you do decide to hit these trails up, there are many fun sections of trail, but also know that they're shared with moto, and they're getting really heavy moto use, and not a lot of trail maintenance is being done. So be prepared to do a little bit of hike-a-bike in places, because honestly it's just not rideable in a few places. But still fun, still mountain biking, still get to do some exercise. There's some fun down hills, definitely climbing. It's more of a cross-country ride, but it's a cool place. Okay, that covers sending things, downloading GPX, whether it be from your activity app where you're recording your activities, or GPS itself, importing those, and then allowing yourself a place to store all of those trails. That ends our Caltopo tutorial. Any questions? Leave them below. Caltopo's a cool resource. You get to learn a little bit about that. There's tons of resources on the Caltopo website, in the blog area, tutorials, really good stuff. Strava, a lot of Strava, really easy to take that and put that into Caltopo. Check out the description below for links to Caltopo if you want to see that. And please put comments below. Let me know, hey, what did I miss? What are some other ways that people can use Strava and Caltopo together? Hey, thanks for tuning in. Hope you learned a couple things from the video. And until next time, I hope to see you on the trail. Do I want to say that? I don't know if I want to say that. No, I already said that. Right? Strava's becoming a verb. Hey, did you Strava your ride?